Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a question that every traveler asks. When is the absolute best time to book a hotel to get the maximum savings? We all want that 5-star experience on a 2-star budget, right? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to break down all the myths, crunch the numbers, and give you the ultimate guide to unlocking serious hotel discounts. So grab a notepad, because you're not going to want to miss these insider secrets. Let's start with the big debate. Booking way in advance versus waiting until the last minute. It feels like a gamble, doesn't it? You've probably heard conflicting advice. Some people swear by booking 6 months out, locking in that early bird rate. Others are adrenaline junkies, waiting until the day of arrival, hoping for a desperate hotel to slash its prices. The truth? Both strategies can work, but they depend heavily on where you're going, when you're going, and your personal tolerance for risk. There isn't a single magic answer, but there are patterns and principles we can use to our advantage. Let's first tackle the book far in advance strategy. This is generally the safest bet, especially if you're traveling to a popular destination during peak season. Think Paris in the summer, Aspen during ski season, or anywhere during a major holiday or festival. Hotels know they will fill up, so they have very little incentive to offer last-minute deals. In these cases, booking anywhere from 3 to 6 months ahead is your sweet spot. You'll have the best selection of rooms and you can often snag early bird discounts. Hotels use these early bookings to gauge demand and set their pricing strategy. By being one of the first, you often benefit from a lower initial price before they start raising it as the rooms fill up. Plus, you get peace of mind, which is priceless. Now, let's flip the coin and talk about the thrill of last-minute booking. This strategy works best for flexible travelers. If your dates are not set in stone, or you're heading to a large city with a ton of hotel inventory any time of year, waiting can pay off big time. Hotels hate empty rooms. An unsold room for a night is lost revenue forever. So, as the check-in date gets closer, they become much more willing to drop prices to fill that space. We're talking about booking within a week, or even on the day of arrival. Apps and websites specializing in last-minute deals are your best friends here. The biggest risk, of course, is that your preferred hotel might be sold out, or the only rooms left are the most expensive suites. It's a high-risk, high-reward game. My advice? If you try this, have a couple of backup options in mind. So we have the two extremes. But what about the middle ground? Is there a golden window for booking? For most trips, yes, there is. Several studies have analyzed booking data and found some interesting trends. For domestic travel, the sweet spot often falls around 15 to 30 days before your stay. At this point, hotels have a good idea of their occupancy rates and will adjust prices to attract more bookings without appearing desperate. You avoid the high prices of booking too early, or the uncertainty of booking too late. It's a comfortable middle ground that often yields solid, if not spectacular, deals. For international travel, you'll want to extend that window a bit. Start looking seriously about 2 to 3 months out. This gives you enough time to watch the price trends without the pressure of an impending departure date. Now, let's get even more specific and talk about the day of the week. Did you know that the day you actually click the book button can make a difference? It's true. Airline prices fluctuate by the day, and so do hotel rates. Many people do their travel planning over the weekend. As a result, hotels sometimes see a surge in bookings on Saturdays and Sundays, and prices can creep up. So, when should you book? Try searching and booking midweek. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are often cited as great days to find deals. Also, consider the day you check in. A Sunday night stay is almost always cheaper than a Friday or Saturday. If your schedule allows, starting your trip on a Sunday instead of a Friday can save you a significant amount on that first night. It's a small tweak that can have a big impact on your budget. Let's move on to a powerful strategy that many people overlook: being flexible with your location. If you're visiting a major city like New York or London, staying right in the heart of Times Square or Covent Garden will cost a fortune. But if you're willing to stay just a few subway stops away, in a business district or a trendy, up-and-coming neighborhood, you can find incredible hotels for a fraction of the price. Business hotels, for example, are often busy during the week but can be surprisingly cheap on weekends. You get all the great amenities, often with larger rooms, at a leisure-friendly price. Always pull up a map of the city's public transport system. You'll be amazed at how a 10-minute train ride can save you hundreds of dollars. You might even discover a cooler. More local part of the city you would have otherwise missed. Another pro tip is to embrace the shoulder seasons. Shoulder season is the period right before and right after the peak season. Think of Europe in May or September, instead of July and August. The weather is often just as good, if not better, the crowds are thinner, and prices for both flights and hotels are significantly lower. You get a much more authentic and relaxed experience. The same logic applies to weekend trips. Instead of a classic 3-day holiday weekend, try traveling the weekend before or after. The demand plummets, and so do the prices. Traveling off-peak is probably the single most effective way to save money without sacrificing the quality of your trip. Now, let's talk tech. Don't just book on the first website you see. Be a savvy shopper. Use hotel comparison sites like Google Hotels, Kayak, or Trivago to get a broad overview of prices. But don't stop there. Once you've found a hotel you like, go directly to the hotel's own website. Sometimes they offer special deals, free breakfast, or room upgrades for booking direct that you won't find on third-party sites. Also, sign up for loyalty programs. They're almost always free, and you can start earning points for future free stays right away. Members often get access to exclusive rates and perks. And don't forget to clear your browser cookies or use an incognito window when searching. Some travel sites have been known to track your searches and increase prices if they see you're repeatedly looking at the same dates and destinations. It's a sneaky tactic, but one we can easily outsmart. One more advanced tip: refundable bookings. This is a game changer. If you're booking several months in advance, always try to choose a free cancellation option, even if it costs a few dollars more. This gives you the ultimate flexibility. You can lock in a good rate early on, and then you have the freedom to keep an eye on prices as your trip gets closer. If you see a better deal pop up, either at the same hotel or a different one, you can cancel your original reservation without any penalty and rebook at the lower price. It's like having travel insurance for your hotel rate. You get the peace of mind of an early booking with the potential savings of a last-minute deal. It's the best of both worlds. So let's recap the ultimate hotel booking strategy. For high-demand destinations and peak seasons, book 3 to 6 months in advance. For more flexible trips or big cities, consider waiting until about 1 month out, or even the last minute if you're feeling adventurous. Always search and book midweek. Be flexible with your location and travel during the shoulder seasons if you can. Use comparison sites, but always check the hotel's direct website too. Sign up for loyalty programs and use incognito mode. And finally, always opt for a refundable rate to give yourself the freedom to rebook if a better deal comes along. Mastering the art of hotel booking is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice. By combining these strategies, you stop leaving money on the table and start traveling smarter. You'll be able to afford that extra fancy dinner, that souvenir you were eyeing, or maybe even an extra night on your trip. I hope these tips help you save a ton of money on your next adventure. If you have any of your own hotel booking hacks, please share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and I'm sure everyone else would too. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next travel savvy video. Happy travels, and see you in the next one.